Hey, this is Brian Marquis, and you're watching Songwriter Sessions on RCTV.
That the man I aimed to be is not a ghost. All I want.
Hi, welcome into the Songwriter Sessions. I'm your host, Brian Marquis. Today in the program, we're very excited to have a very talented singer-songwriter named Brian Marquis. Brian's going to talk to us about his music and also play some music for us as well. Brian's going to jump right into it and play his song, Drink You Up.
In the car crash of your mind where we both end up, to the back halls of our love where we can sing. There's a calming sense of hope in this illusion. To deny that stinging fate would be too clean, clean. And I will drink you up. You're in my blood, you're in my heart. And I will drink you up. You're in my blood, my heart. Hey! This is not a healthy way to go on living. This is all I have and nothing more to give. I wrestled with the demons of my past's bag of skeletons. I drag behind me so long I've become. And I will drink you up. You're in my blood, you're in my heart. And I will drink you up. You're in my blood, my heart. You're in my and I will drink you up. 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 You're in my blood, you're in my heart. And I will drink you up. You're in my blood, you're in my heart. When I will, when I will, when I will. When I will, when I will, when I will. And I will drink you up. And I will.
All right, well, thanks again, Brian, for coming out to the show. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So we'll jump kind of right into the questions here. So this is a very exciting time for you. Just today, the 13th of May, released the first solo full-length album. So talk to me a little bit about the process of making this record.
Yeah, I started doing solo stuff
about 3 years ago, and I put out an EP called Snow Damage. That was the first time I really put forth a solo effort all on my own. And basically I've just been writing songs since then and working on creating full length, and it just kind of took some time for me between jobs, and I started working for the band's Warped Tour and producing an all-acoustic stage for them. So after about 2 years or so, I was able to put together this batch of songs that I was really happy with, and I got together with an old friend of mine who's a producer named Doug Green, and we just went into the studio over a series of 3 months, and we pretty much did everything ourselves. I had a drummer and a bass player playing some stuff, but it was mostly just me and Doug playing everything on the record.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
Kind of self-made, everything contained.
Yeah, it was a really great process, and Doug was great at translating all my ideas, as crazy as some of them might have been, and he kind of knew a lot of the references I had, and it was good. It was really good. It was nice to work with someone I've known for such a long time, and who knows what I'm going for.
Awesome. So for the songwriting in the album, where did you pull from for inspiration? Is it stuff that maybe you've had for a while, that came back, or did you write all brand new for this record?
It's kind of a mix. There's some old themes of things that I never got to write about. The bands that I've been in before, I wasn't the lyric writer, so this project is more, intense for me lyrically, because it's I write really personal lyrics based on life experiences, and the overall theme of this album is kind of figuring out for myself, why I do what I do and what fuels me. That's what Blood and Spirits is about, and it was definitely a process to dive into some themes that have plagued me for years, be it procrastination or being really hard on myself, and kind of finding where I belong, as an artist. Being in bands for so long and then being solo was definitely very different. So it was kind of coming to terms with that and kind of finding that passion for music that I had when I was younger. Once again, because now I've been playing music for a good long time. So I guess there's a lot of reflection on this album of why do I do what I do, and why do I want to make music for people, and it was really therapeutic getting through this record.
Well, I listened to the album, and it is pretty phenomenal. You did a very good job.
Thank you.
So you've also recently signed with Equal Vision Records. What's that experience been like, signing as a solo artist, and how's it been working with that?
Yeah, it's been really great so far. I know Equal Vision because my band, Therefore I Am, we signed to Equal Vision in 2009, so I got to know everybody there, and luckily, just about everybody that I worked with back then is still at the label, and they're great people, and I've always kept in touch with them throughout the years, and once I gave them my new record, and I told them where I was coming from, and they saw what I was doing with the Acoustic Basement stage and the Acoustic Basement tour, they thought, this is something we can work with, and it's been really great having a really proactive team on my side, and I'm very hands-on, and they love that because I'm very involved in everything, and we all work together to make the best decisions for my record and for where I'm going, and it's been really great. It's really nice to work with people that are so passionate about what they do. Like, that's all I ever want to do is that's why I learned years ago I don't want to record my own stuff. Even though I probably could or I could learn to, I'd rather work with people that's their passion.
Right.
Their passion is to record incredible music and be an engineer. Same thing with labels. Like, I want people that want to be a great publicist, want to be a great music supervisor, want to be a great manager of a label and a product manager. And that's what I've got with Equal Vision. They're really passionate music fans.
That's great.
Yeah, it's cool.
People who have the passion.
Yeah.
All right, so Brian's going to play a couple more songs off of Blood and Spirits. First one is going to be from Boston, which is kind of a satirical look at Boston, or the stereotypes that people throw on Boston. If you want to say a little bit about that.
Yeah, after touring around the country for the past 15 years or so, I realized that once you get out of New England and get out of Boston, people have really interesting ideas of what Bostonians are like based on movies like Departed, Mystic River, and Boondock Saints, and TV shows, and it's kind of funny. You can't go anywhere without someone saying something about it, like, oh, you guys are from Boston. Like, everybody wants to say the accent or do their terrible impression of a Boston accent. and then they would think we're in gangs sometimes. Like, there's all these precedents set forth by movies and the media that, really carry over. So when you're in like Midwestern towns and like, oh, you guys are from Boston, like people look at you different and treat you different. It was kind of funny to us, And so I decided, to write a song kind of celebrating but also poking fun at a lot of the stereotypes people have of Bostonians. And some of them are kind of true. Some of them do come from a real place, but the real theme behind the song is that even though we have all these stereotypes and some may or may not be true, like we're all, strong people, we're all loud people, and we're all proud people. And that's basically what I wanted to get across with that song. And it's filled with New England sarcasm. So
cool. So we're gonna hear from Brian from Boston, and then followed by "I'm Still Chasing You."
When you're from Boston, join an Irish gang, surely Roman Catholic, you reach out her every day. Walk your car up and yard, buried at Fenway. Is this the life you expect to hear me say? When you're from Boston. Father works down at the docks. All my brothers are Charlestown cops. Mother works up at the factory. The garden is my second home. The Cape is the only beach I know. We all hate Neil, we love Sweet Caroline. The movies and TV will show you everything you think you know about the place that's deep inside of me. When you're from Boston, join an Irish gang, surely Roman Catholic, you reach out her every day. You park your car at Harvard Yard, you're buried at Fenway. Is this the life you expect to hear me say? When you're from Boston, and I must admit, we sound a bit like a cartoon version of ourselves to you. And I must admit, we seem a bit like the weather owns our cold hard attitude. And I must admit, this part is true. We are strong and we are proud. We are honest, we are loud. And we'll still say cheers to you when nobody knows your name. When you're from Boston, you join an Irish gang. You're surely Roman Catholic. You eat chowder every day. You park your car at Harvard Yard. You'll be buried at Fenway. Is this the life you expect to hear me say? When you're from Boston, you're from Boston, you're from Boston, you're from Boston. When you're from Boston. words slip away, I'll never get them back. Plant the seeds and do the work, dig them up before they enter. Well, I know that the man I aim to be is not a ghost. All I want is to find the perfect version of the one I see inside my head and true. Well, I'm still chasing you. I'm still chasing you. I'm still chasing you. I'm still chasing you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I know that the man I aim to be is not a ghost. Oh, I want is to find the perfect version of the one I see inside my head. To find the perfect version of the one I see inside my head. To find the perfect version of the one I see inside my head as true. Well, I'm still chasing you.
Thank you very much, Brian. 2 new tracks off of Blood and Spirits. Sounded great. Can you give us, our viewers, a little bit of a backstory of you as a musician? Because you've kind of had a long and winding road of different things here and there. So what does that journey look like?
I mean, I've been playing music for as long as I can remember. My father used to tell me that I would sit in his guitar case and play the harmonica while he was playing guitar when I was a little baby. I don't call that playing music. That's just being a kid and messing around. But having music around the house was always exciting, and that kind of got me into playing guitar. My mom was very supportive of me playing music. She made me play my first instrument. I think it was like 3rd grade or so. She's like, "You gotta pick an instrument, play an instrument." I'm like, "I don't know what to pick." So I picked alto saxophone, and that lasted about 6 months. It was awful. I had a terrible teacher, and I didn't really like the idea of cleaning out spit from an instrument every day. I was like, that's just disgusting.
Yeah.
But I eventually picked up one of my dad's electric guitars, and a friend of mine, my best friend at the time, we both decided at that moment we're gonna play guitar and be rock stars. And from there, I took some guitar lessons. I was like 11 years old, started taking guitar lessons, and then I did every music class I could, in theater and school. Eventually, I got really into doing theater, and I did all-state chorus, and I, was the lead in the school play and things like that. And then I went on from there to go to Berklee College of Music and pursue even more music studies there. And all the while I was touring in punk and hardcore bands, all around New England. And I actually left school and started touring pretty much full time with the band. And from there, I've just been playing in different bands and doing a lot of different stuff. I've been singing, I've been playing guitar, and then in 2006 or so, I came upon this band, Therefore I Am, who was friends with my brother. He went to Mass Art. And I became friends with those guys, and they needed a guitar player to fill in, and I filled in, and I ended up really liking it. And then that ended up being the band that I really did the most with. We toured the world and put out a couple records, and we did a lot of stuff. And that was, that brings me up to here. We broke up in 2010, and then I started doing solo stuff right after. So aside from that, I produce an all-acoustic stage on the band's Warped Tour each summer now, and I have my own satellite tour version of that goes out in February called the Acoustic Basement Tour, which is basically just acoustic artists from the Warped Tour, but in a club setting. And we just went over to the UK for the first Acoustic Basement Tour over there as well. So
great.
It's kind of nice to have music jobs that I have the skills for and the passion for, but I also get to play, and I also get to express myself with my music, as well as have some cool jobs.
So how did that come to be? How did this whole acoustic basement thing form?
Well, Kevin Lyman is the founder of the band's Warped Tour, and we're going into our 20th year now. It's the 20th year. It's the longest running U.S. Touring festival. And in 2009, Therefore I Am was on the tour, and that was a really great experience. We made a lot of friends with the production people and everyone who ran the tour, including Kevin. So after the band broke up in 2010, I moved out to Los Angeles, and I had breakfast with Kevin. Just wanted to talk about jobs, and I was kind of telling him that it's really hard to find jobs in the music industry or anywhere really, because I have all these skills and all these entrepreneurial skills and all these music business and music industry skills, but I look like crap on paper. My resume just screams band guy, and it was very difficult to find jobs that I was qualified for on paper without people knowing me. Right. And he totally understood that, and I guess it was just right time, right place. At that moment, I was just like, have you ever thought about doing an all-acoustic stage? And he's like, we've tried some sets, never really worked out, it's too loud, or the PA wasn't big enough. I said, well, with the right PA system and the right stage setup, I think it could be really cool, it could work. And there's a lot of guys doing it. Like Chuck Reagan, he was in Hot Water Music, and now he plays acoustic stuff. Dallas Green from Alexis on Fire is now doing City Color. Rocky Votolato, he was in a post-hardcore band as well. So there's a lot of musicians that have grown up in the punk and hardcore scene that are playing acoustic music, and they still have that spirit, that vibe to them. And he said, well, a lot of them, why don't you give them a call, see if any of them are interested in it. And called up all these people that I've grown to know over the years from touring, and they all loved the idea. And Kevin said, all right, well, I'll hire you to produce the stage, and you can book the artists. And I was just like, all right. So within one conversation about having a problem portraying my skills on paper to try and get jobs, I ended up inventing a job for myself. And it's been great. Luckily, people are really receptive to the stage. The artists are really excited to be able to, do a stripped down set, and it's a different performance for them on the creative side, and then the fans also get a much more intimate experience out on the Warped Tour, where there's predominantly high stages with barricades, and you're far from the artist. My stage, you're right there, right next to them, and it's really cool. It's really exciting to see it grow and to be in my third year now.
And you've also been able to take that on the road with the Acoustic Basement Winter Tours, and you just got back from the UK.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's been great. I try and just foster the same mentality and camaraderie that I have on Warped Tour out in the club tours. We all travel in the same van together, we all stay together, and it creates a really cool environment for some cool musicians. It's fun.
Now, you spoke of all these people who played in hardcore, post-hardcore bands, and making this switch over to or side projects or whatnot. What was that switch like for you, going from your singing styles a little bit different now than it was with Therefore I Am?
I'd always grown up listening to so many different styles of music, and growing up with my father playing folk and blues. So acoustic music was always in my life growing up. And then I got into grunge and punk and hardcore and metal on my own when I was a young teenager. It was kind of out of necessity and simplicity. I picked up an acoustic that I always had around the house, and I started writing stuff before Therefore I Am broke up, and I knew I needed a different creative outlet. I consider myself more just an overall musician and a performer than I do like a specific genre.
Yeah.
I've always liked to do different stuff. I like to keep it interesting. I like dynamics. I like diversity. I like heavy metal as much as I like really quiet folk music. And it just kind of came out of necessity of needing something to focus on that was simpler, because all we had done in Therefore I Am was push and push and push to try and write stuff that was very angular and push our playing abilities and write lots of riffs and write lots of collaborative songs. And then I really just wanted to focus on songs and focus on the story, focus on the lyrics, kind of let it breathe. And I just started writing, and these songs came out, and kind of brought me back to all the years I grew up with my dad playing music and he would drag me to folk shows, and I'd go see folk shows in barns and at festivals, bluegrass festivals and things like that. And at the time I hated it, but now I really appreciate it, and I realize there's a lot of parallels to the folk world, to the punk rock world. There's a lot of community, and there's really this sense of openness for creativity. You can do whatever you want. There aren't rules.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. So that's
Cool.
it was definitely a big switch for me musically, but it was one that was really exciting, and it made music feel like it was something new again for me. That was really cool.
All right, now Brian's going to play another song off of Blood and Spirits. This one's called Him and Hop.
Lost my way in a haze of whiskey water. Found myself between strings and these bottles. Tried to scream and sound ain't the problem. Whole life made a few years in my last couple dollars. There's a life and it's all mine, baby. I'm not waiting, I'm not waiting. There's a life all mine for the taking. Hard to say when your head weighs so heavy. Learn to view the sun from a hole. I've been up and I've been down, keep seeing the club, facing the crowd, grappling, thought, troubling ground, keep up the world. I've been up and I've been down, keep seeing the club, facing the crowd, grappling, thought, troubling ground, keep up the world. There's a life and it's all mine, baby. I'm not waiting, I'm not waiting. There's a life all mine for the taking. There's a life and it's all mine, baby. I'm not waiting, I'm not waiting. There's a life all mine for the taking. Have to ride, have to store, hanging on by the wall. Have to ride at the store, hanging on by the hose. There's a life and it's all mine, baby. I'm not waiting, I'm not waiting. There's a life all mine for the taking. There's a life and it's all mine, baby. I'm not waiting, I'm not waiting. There's a life all mine for the taking. There's a life and it's all mine, baby. I'm not waiting, I'm not waiting. There's a life all mine for the taking.
All right, thank you very much, Brian. So we're getting down to the end of the program here, but I ask every guest in the show, what's been your favorite musical experience so far in your career?
favorite musical experience? It's really tough to say. I think the first time I really was kind of awestruck by what music had done for me or where it had taken me was when I first toured Australia. To be that far across the world and have people there that knew our music and were singing along and coming and saying hi and treating us so great, it was really a special moment. Even now, I just toured the UK, and just to have anyone come up to me and know who I am, it was a really cool feeling to be able to travel so far and have people interacting with you, and it really feels like your music has a reach, and especially with the internet these days, you can really affect people's lives in other countries, and it's really cool when you get to go over there and meet them. So I think overall, I kind of appease my wanderlust with playing music. Two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
I get to see the world, and I get to play music and meet a lot of really great people, and I think that's probably the best part about music.
Not a bad job to have.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Awesome. So, what's next for you, Brian? What's the album releases today? What does the next year look like?
Yeah, I got tonight I'm doing an online show for the first time. I've never done an online streaming show, so I'm doing that with a website called Stage It at 8 p.m. And then tomorrow I play Boston for my record release show. And then I'll be heading back to Los Angeles. I do a record release there because I live in Los Angeles now, so I wanted to do an East Coast and a West Coast release show. And then I hit the road at the beginning of June for Warped Tour until the beginning of August. And then from there, I'll be supporting some other artists in the fall and some tours I'm working on right now. And yeah, just keep getting the music out to new listeners and touring with a lot of new like-minded people that my music would fit with. And yeah, just building it from there. And I'll probably start writing a new record shortly after Warped Tour too, just to keep fresh and keep writing. So yeah, it's really exciting to have the Equal Vision team behind me, and I've got great management and a great booking agent. And now it's just about getting work.
Right.
And I'm really excited about it.
Awesome. Well, Brian, I appreciate you coming on the show. Blood and Spirits is out officially now. You
Today.
Pick that up in Newbury comic stores and anywhere online.
Yep, in stores, online. I have some vinyl and some CD options in my web store. Just go to merchnow.com and just search Brian Marquis. You can find everything there. And and you come out to a show and you can come hang out and hear the song.
Great. Well, Brian is going to take us out with one last song here, and this is going to be Breathing in Ghosts.
Everything was beautiful, and the road was paved in gold. Everything was possible, the world was mine to hold. Everything was comfortable and hidden in plain view. Feeling so invincible, like children do. Oh, my heart fills with an ocean of sadness. perfect storm of consequence, unraveled and undone. How long can I hang on to this dreaming wheel? I walk alone. Everything was beautiful, now everything is gone. Oh, my heart fills with an ocean of sadness. Breathing in of it goes in the ashes. My heart fills with an ocean of sadness. Breathing in of it goes in the ashes. As we head towards disaster,